Hey beautiful people, it's Kathy. I wanted to do a quick video. I'm at one of my very favorite places in the world, which is Eau Valley. There's a stream down there that you obviously can't see, but you can hear it. And there are mountains up here, so I'm just gonna kind of show you. And then there are mountains back that way behind the pine trees. And it's just magnificent. So projections and expectations can really trip us up because we're so aware, even if we don't acknowledge we are, that we can unconsciously function from how other people expect us and project that we'll be. Okay? What do I mean by that? The first time this really popped in my world was when a friend said to me, Kathy, whenever I'm around my mother-in-law, I act like a kind of a bratty person because I realized that's how she expects me to be and behave. Okay, and I'll give you another example of where I've done that in my life. One day I was all dolled up in a red dress, just really looking good, and I sat with my friend at a table, and he's a guy, and it was just so weird and awkward, and I recognized that I was being short with him and unkind to him, and I was like, what is this? What's going on here? And I realized that, like, his point of view is the pretty women are not nice to me. I was like, whoa, that's so bizarre. Like, he's my friend. And so what I wanted to bring in is all the projections and expectations you have of you in regards to the class, in any class, right? My class, any class. Will you just collapse those to source energy? Cool. And any projections and expectations you have of the class itself, will you collapse those? Wow, yeah. See, there they are. Whoa, collapse those, get energy. Good. And then anywhere in regard to abundance, you're functioning from other people's projections and expectations of you in regard to abundance. Will you collapse all of that? You can't collapse their projections and expectations, but what you can do is collapse everywhere from where you're functioning from those. So collapse all those back to energy. Yeah. Wow. 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 So everywhere you're functioning from other people's projections and expectations about how much money you can make, will you collapse that to source energy? And then, yeah. And then everywhere you're functioning from other people's projections and expectations about what you can create, what you're capable of, what you're incapable of, will you collapse those to energy? Good. And then everywhere you're functioning from your own projections and expectations of how much money you can make and what you're capable of creating and what you're incapable of creating, will you collapse all that? Yeah, that's a lot. Woo! Alright. So you can do this with anything, with parenting, with work, with a business, with your body, you know, because you're just that aware that you function, you know, unknowingly at times from that. And I'll give you another quick story. I recognized too in an area of my life, like, wow, I'm being more moody and just not being myself. Being more moody and like sort of not as empowered, like asking questions, and I recognized, oh my gosh, I've been functioning from this person's projections and expectations of me for the past month. And once I did, like, so much changed for me. My whole energy changed, and my sense of delight, my sense of awareness, all of it expanded. So you know, whenever you're feeling like you're not you, ask, am I functioning from someone else's projections and expectations? Then collapse those back to energy. Yeah. All right. Good. And finally, all the projections and expectations that keep you from being you right now, including your own, will you collapse those to energy and return them to wherever they create the greatest possibilities. All right, guys, have a good one. Aloha.